circle here, and then we have three separate divs. And which is our hour, and our second. Now let's open that up. This is the answer. This is sort of what we're going for with this realistic tick. And we're going to write the CSS that is important to getting this done. So I've specifically left that part out. So here we go. This is what it looks like by default. I've got these three hand divs. We go ahead and inspect. Then we can inspect this hand div. And you'll see that all three of them are just stacked upon each other. And the idea that we're going for here is that we're going to apply a rotate to each of the hands depending on what time it currently is. So how do we do that? Well, you could just go to this. Let's try the second hand. We say transform, rotate 20 degrees. Now, the problem that we're going to have here is by default, it's going to rotate itself on the exact middle of the element. And in most cases, that's exactly what you want. But in this case, not what we want at all. What we want to do is we want to rotate it on the very right-hand side. So that's right in the middle here. And that's what we're going to go into our CSS where it says .hand. And we are going to transform the origin. Now, the origin is where it's going to do the rotation off of. So the transform origin. I'm just going to say 100%. And that will do along the x-axis. By default, it's 50%. So if I were to change that to 50%, and I were to transform it, you see it's just in the middle. But if I were to change that origin up to, see, as I move this origin, it changes where it goes off of. And 100% along the x-axis will put that pivot point on the very right-hand side. That's why we change it to 100%. Now that's going to allow us to pivot the ball. Then the other problem now is that because divs are block and they're left to right, it's not actually starting at 12 o'clock. So how do we do that? Well, we can just rotate the entire thing by default 90 degrees. Transform, rotate 90 degrees. Okay, good. Now we've got all of our hands pointing up and down. And then the final thing we want to do is we want to apply a bit of a transition. If I put a rotate on here, you'll see that as it's 20 to 120, 20 to 120, to however many, it just immediately goes. So we can go in here with transition, all 0.5 seconds. Now when we rotate, it's going to transition itself, and that's going to be every second it'll pick itself around. Now, you might like that, but what's kind of cool about this is you can...
Hey developers, today we're going to do something a little bit different. Now, I actually interviewed Wes Bos probably around 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It's a little bit of a time ago. And I recorded it, I put it up on my blog, and then the audio got lost. But I have recently found the audio of my interview with Wes Bos. And if you don't know Wes, he is an entrepreneur, developer, designer. He makes some really amazing courses. He has a React for Beginners course, JavaScript 30. You can see some of his work here. He also has a really popular podcast called Syntax.fm. So, the Syntax podcast, that is. So I thought, since I found this old interview with him, that I would share it with you guys. It's audio unless you don't have any video. But I think a lot of things we talk about are still relevant today. We talk about his JavaScript, his actually React for Beginners course. We talk a little bit about entrepreneurship. Actually, at this time, he was still doing some freelancing and still doing classes for HackerU, and I don't think he does that anymore. So that stuff's a little outdated, but a lot of the stuff we talk about is still important today. So I thought I'd go ahead and put this interview up here on YouTube. So, you know, sit back, put your headphones on. You can listen to it. It's about an hour long, but it's really interesting. And by the way, at the beginning of it, I mentioned my new book, the Ember.js Cookbook. So you can see this is a little bit older, but I actually have a new book called the Vue.js in Action book by Manning, actually published by Manning. It's created by me, so you can find links for all this in the description below. And by the way, we do talk about React for Beginners a lot in this interview with Wes, and I actually have a link for React for Beginners in the description too. And if you buy his course from me, actually I get a few bucks, and if you don't want to buy his course, go ahead and check out, there's actually some
Agentic AI is all about making AI serviceable for task-oriented executions and goal-oriented autonomy.
Sentry just rolled out uptime monitoring. I'm going to take it for a spin and show you how it works. To get started, we'll jump into alerts and
This is the beginner's JavaScript course you are looking for. My name is Bo Carnes and I'm with freecodecamp.org. In this full JavaScript course, you will learn everything you need to know to get started with JavaScript. This course is perfect for beginners or anyone that just wants a refresher on basic JavaScript syntax. This course actually goes along with the FreeCodeCamp.org JavaScript curriculum. So if you want some live coding challenges to go along with every part of this course, you can check the link in the description to that curriculum. But this is a completely standalone video, so you don't need to go through freecodecamp.org, but it could be helpful. Also, after this course, you're going to want to complete some or build some JavaScript projects. So I have a link in the description to some project tutorials, but then after that, you're going to want to create some projects on your own. That's how you really learn JavaScript. You have to create things without even going through a tutorial and just use a search engine to find things that you don't know or need to learn. To go along with the Free Code Camp curriculum, I have all the ES6 stuff in the second part of this course. And that's pretty much it. Let's learn some JavaScript.
So how exactly do you